What is going on, guys? Hey, I want to come back to and I want to bring a story about how Kamala Harris, and I think majority of people, they know this, has not done well with male voters. Has not. Never. I mean, not white, not black. Again, the majority of black males still seem to be behind her because she's a Democrat. But there's the biggest numbers that are voted for Trump, a Republican candidate, anytime in the last, 50 years or whatever. I mean, again, so we're seeing men realizing, hey, even black men realizing, you know what, this woman does not stand for me. And again, whether it's because she's a woman or because, again, whatever reason, and they understand there's something wrong. Again, Trump would have our backs. Trump would do a better job than what she would do. And we definitely have seen that over and over again with the rural white male voter. But again, that doesn't stop them from going after them and trying to get more support from the white rural male voter. Watch.
I want to show our viewers something that our colleague Josh Campbell just pointed out to me, and I believe we have it. It's new merch. All the campaigns get merch up really quickly. But this in particular, as Josh is pointing out, is in orange, blaze orange. It's a color used by hunters for safety purposes. And that's what Tim Walz is. He is a hunter. And the fact that that is one of the first things that they are selling, that tells you a lot about the way that they are trying to get the white men.
I might get one. That's there's a way to style that hat that could fit in with the culture.
Or pheasants. Yeah, we saw kind of a real-life Elmer Fudd this weekend when Tim Walz kicked off Minnesota's pheasant hunting season. He didn't bag any pheasants, but he did show off his sweet shotgun skills.
And it never fits quite right.
Never fits quite right. Just not quite right. How do you give it back?
Governor, what kind of gun is it?
This was a Beretta A400. I bought it when I was shooting a lot of trap because it has a kind of their patented thing, a kickoff. So when you get old, it doesn't hurt your shoulder as much.
It kind of reminded me of Napoleon Dynamite when Napoleon's like, I'm an expert at the bow staff or the nunchucks or whatever he was talking about. But the same type of thing here. And again, what they're trying to do is the same thing as Napoleon was trying to do. They're trying to get people to support them, to look upon them as, you're the idea of masculinity. You are basking in masculine energy. And we have truly got to be honest, man. Tim Walz and Doug, whatever his freaking name, Semhoff or whatever, neither of those men are. I'm sorry, they're not. But the fact of the matter is, man, Tim appears to have forgotten how to load shotgun. Again, maybe it's one of these hunters that hunt every 5-10 years or whatever. But, again, he appears that he forgot how. But the fact of the matter is, again, guys, we have truly got to understand they are trying to attract as much male support because, again, they're losing. They are losing. We got to understand we are right there at the end. And they understand they're losing. They're losing the numbers. And they're trying to make it up. And they're not going to this way. I'm sorry, but they're not. It's kind of funny, but I'm going to show you guys Barack Obama in a second. But I'm first going to show you a commercial that's geared towards all men. They're trying to get manly men to vote for Kamala Harris. Watch.
I'm a man.
I'm a man.
I'm a man, man.
And I'm man enough. I'm man enough to enjoy a barrel-proof bourbon.
Neat.
Man enough to cook my steak rare.
Man enough to deadlift 500 and braid the out of my daughter's hair.
You think I'm afraid to rebuild a carburetor? I eat carburetors for breakfast.
I ain't afraid of bears.
That's what bear hugs are for.
I'll tell you another thing I sure as shit am not afraid of. Women. I'm not afraid of women.
I'm not afraid of women.
They want to control their bodies? I say go for it.
They want to use IVF to start a family? I'm not afraid of families.
They want to be childless cat ladies?
Have all the cats you want.
Woman wants to be president?
Well, I hope she has the guts to look me right in the eye and accept my full-throated endorsement.
Because I'm man enough to support women.
Man enough to know what kind of donuts I like.
Man enough to admit I'm lost, even when I refuse to ask for directions.
Man enough to not ban young women from reading Little Women.
Or one of those pants books that the sisters like.
I'm man enough to raw dog a flight. It sucked. Not worth it.
Yes, man, to be a good man today, you just got to follow the direction of some woman. Again, you ought to sit there, listen, be quiet, and just follow the direction of your wife, your girlfriend, whatever. Again, you're being a good man when you do that. You know, you're kind of letting her be in charge. And again, this seems to, you know, in my experience, and I've been married for over 20 years, it works out well until, you know, something goes wrong. Then they want, a lot of women, not all, but most, I would say, they want the man to take charge. They want to be the boss, but they don't want the responsibility of that comes along with it. They don't want to be accountable for something. So again, they want you to step in at that point. So again, it works well until something goes wrong. And then it doesn't work. And again, they want you to be the one to take accountability for whatever happened. That's something I'm saying, not only in my marriage, but across the board. In other relationships, I've seen the same thing over and over again. It's like, you know, okay, well, let me see it. I'll be the one to make the choice. Let's do this. Let's go there. Let's go. And then when something goes wrong, they're like, oh, geez, well, you know, but you wanted to go there too. You, again, you could have stopped me, but you didn't. You know, it's like, and there's some truth behind that. That's, you know, guys, man, that's something we got to do. Is we got to be man enough to say, no, we're not doing that. Or if you want to, you can, but I'm not doing it. The kids aren't doing it, whatever. And, you know, again, sometimes that I don't want to say get into a conflict, but, you know, I mean, be a man, be a man. And we got to understand, you know, the majority of women look for kind of a father figure in their mate. You know, they say, oh, no, I don't. Yeah, they do. And a lot of men, they look for kind of a mothering figure in their wife and their girlfriend. And again, they want that mama's love, that approval. And that's really what it's all about. But guys, I want to show you one more clip of this. And that is the maker of that commercial. He was on the news talking about it. Watch.
Rorschach test, and everyone wondering what they're seeing here. But what was your intention in creating this parody and the substance of the message?
Yeah, great question. So, I mean, I think about masculinity a lot because I'm a dad now raising kids, and I think in this country, it's something we don't talk about a lot. And so I had this idea watching the back-to-back conventions where at the Democratic convention, there's men who are looking at the women who they work with or who they're in relationships with admiration and respect. At the Republican National Convention, you have, you know, everything's about size, crowd size, this size, that size. You're playing Macho Man. Literally, Hulk Hogan is ripping his shirt off. I mean, it was such a cartoon of masculinity that it really, the juxtaposition was hilarious to me. Wow, you guys got that picture fast. Holy moly. So I come from comedy, and comedy comes from juxtaposition. And so to me, I was just riffing with my friends thinking, wouldn't it be funny if you took these ideas of like so macho, you got to tell everyone how macho you are all the time, masculinity. And what I feel is a more real version of what it means to be a man, where, you cry at a rom-com, you braid your daughter's hair, you go pick up tampons from the store if someone needs like, who cares? And so to me, putting those together, but treating it like as if it's a real, rugged man political ad would be funny. And I still think it was funny.
What they're saying the perfect man is a feminist ideal of what a man should be. I mean, again, strong, yet soft. Again, man, he walks into a room and people want to talk to him and they come over to him and stuff. And he's like, don't pay attention to me. Pay attention to my woman. She's smarter. She's better looking. She's whatever than I am. Everything that I am is because of her. And again, that's pretty much what they believe. And men, what's scary is men nowadays, they're tripping over themselves to try to make themselves become that. And again, it's not real. It's not real at all. It's a feminist idea of what a man should be to make them comfortable. They ought to, again, take a back seat to the woman, but you got to still be strong and somehow masculine and whatever. But again, what a lot of feminists don't understand is if you're taking the back seat, you're already losing your masculinity. And you don't have a lot to begin with because, again, you're willing to take the back seat. And the more you take it, the more you lose. And again, but that's what women want. They can't have a bolt. They can't bolt. It doesn't work that way. And men, oh yes, I can become bolt. No, you can't. No, you can't, because the sheer fact of you tried to become submissive or whatever is itself the act of getting rid of your masculinity, putting that to the side for her. And again, man, I'm not saying that we can't communicate or whatever but if you're giving away, if you're losing part of yourself to fit into a box that she wants, she's not going to want you when you finally fit there. I guarantee you that. But I mean, we can make no mistake about it. Masculinity is under attack, big time. I mean, Barack Obama was attacking black men, the brothers. Watch.
About sitting out? And you're coming up with all kinds of reasons and excuses. I've got a problem with that, because part of it makes me think, and I'm speaking to men directly, part of it makes me think that, well, you just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president.
And what's wrong with that?
And you're coming up with other alternatives and other reasons for that. The women in our lives have been getting our backs this entire time. They've been raising us and working and having our backs. When we get in trouble, the system's not working for us. They're the ones who are out there marching and protesting, and you're thinking about sitting out or even supporting somebody who has a history of denigrating you because you think that's a sign of strength, because that's what being a man is, putting women down. That's not acceptable. This shouldn't even be a question.
Number one, guys, man, we got to address one thing. One thing first. You don't have to support women if you don't want to. I mean, sorry, you don't. I mean, there are a lot of guys out there, I don't want to say a lot, but a fair amount, that may not support a woman traditionally because, again, women normally don't take that role. And men, they feel weird about that. But, like, again, how are they going to, are they going to be effective? And, just because one is in certain places doesn't mean somebody else is. So again, You don't have to support females if you don't want to. And why can't people say that? Again, man, we're not talking about people working in a company or whatever. We're talking about people that have their own opinions outside of work. They don't have to support who they don't want to support. But the funny thing is, the other way around is fine. Again, there are a lot of liberal women Democrats that don't want female Democrats, that don't want to vote for Trump. And there's no way. And there's no way they would vote for him even if they liked him. I mean, he's an old white male. Again, they've been very public about not supporting that. So again, man, that's fine. That is fine that way. But again, we truly have to be honest about this. But they say, hey, look, if you don't support them, then you're bad. Black women supported you. Who was there when the system was against you, when the system didn't work? Again, we have to understand right there, that is not support. Anyone that tells you that bullshit is not supporting you. Again, there's only really one form of legal discrimination in this country, and that's towards white people, especially white men. We have truly got to understand that in the case of colleges like Harvard, Asian people are discriminated against too. So again, we truly have to be honest about this. But again, if you truly have supported the black men in your life, like again, Barack Obama said, what will black women do? Then they would tell the black man, hey, look, it's not because of racial discrimination or whatever that you didn't get the job. You didn't get the job because you showed up 20 minutes late for the interview. You put your feet up on the desk. You did whatever you want, and you don't have the qualifications necessary for that job. So they overlooked you. It's not because you're black. Or you got pulled over because, again, you were speeding and they had you get out of the car because you were cussing a cop out and threatening to drive off. Again, maybe you're the problem. And because they don't have the guts to tell you that, then again, they're not helping you. They're not helping you. They're allowing you to live in your delusion. That really is what it is. But again, you have to vote a certain way. You have to vote female because, again, it's all about female. You got to vote black. You got to vote brown. Because it's always about that. Again, it's not real. It's truly not real. The whole damn thing's a stage. It's a big play. And again, guys, we have truly got to recognize it. Don't get mad about it. Don't throw it in fit. But we have got to recognize what's happening. What's happening to us and what is happening to this country, our country. And again, man, it doesn't matter if you're white, doesn't matter if you're black, doesn't matter if you're Latino. If you were born here, guess what? You're a Native American. And I know it's going to piss a lot of people off, but that is the truth of the matter. Guys, man, if you would, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Thanks.
You son of a